Quiet on the set in sunny San Antonio, 75 degrees. We are good. Welcome, media and partners today. We're going to announce our teams playing in the 2023 Valero Alamo Bowl and welcome our coaches. With us today, we have Valero Alamo Chair Randy Smith. We have Derek Fox, President and CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl, and Valero Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Gary Simmons. Let's begin with some opening remarks from Randy.
Thank you for being with us today as we celebrate the two teams that will join us here in San Antonio for the 31st Valero Alamo Bowl. It's been such an exciting college football season, exemplified by the last 48 hours. What a wonderful, exciting end to a wonderful season. We are so fortunate to have the opportunity to select two excellent programs for the Valero Alamo Bowl this year. But before we announce our teams, I'd like to acknowledge the success of our community outreach efforts. I am so proud that once again this year, the Valero Alamo Bowl will award the most scholarships in our history, selecting winners from every high school and college in San Antonio. None of this happens without the support of our title sponsor, Valero. You are the number one reason we are able to do these things, to have this impact that we can on our community, and that we're able to grow that community impact every year. That's something that as a bowl and a board, we're all very proud of. So please join me in applauding Valero Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, my friend Gary Simmons.
Thanks, Randy. Valero's title sponsor support since 2007 has really helped transform this bowl game into a proud holiday tradition. The Valero Alamo Bowl awards the most local scholarships of any bowl and adds a tremendous economic impact to the San Antonio community by attracting thousands of fans and their athletes each year. Valero Alamo Bowl has been a game changer for the city, and Valero's proud to be a part of that because we know tomorrow is built on the actions we take today. We're looking forward to another exciting bowl game this year, and I'll turn it back to Randy so he can talk about the two teams competing in the 2023 Valero Alamo Bowl.
Thank you, Gary, and thanks again for making us. Not only are we top amongst all bowls in scholarship giving, we're also number one in terms of ranked teams and payout outside of the New Year's Six. And that's something we're very proud of here at the Valero Alamo Bowl. So on behalf of our team selection committee, I'd like to thank both the Big 12 and the Pac-12 universities for their unparalleled hospitality this fall on our campus visits. And we'd like to congratulate all the coaches and players for their excellent seasons. With that, we couldn't be happier to announce that number 14 Arizona Wildcats from the Pac-12 and the number 12 Oklahoma Sooners from the Big 12 both accepted invitations to play in the 2023 Valero Alamo Bowl. All right. What a matchup. The Wildcats and Sooners, as you know, will square off at the Alamodome on Thursday, December 28th at 8:15 p.m. It will be 72 degrees and perfect football weather. Guaranteed. It'll be on ESPN, and this is what I think has me most excited today. This will be our fifth top 15 matchup in the CFP era. And that is quite an accomplishment. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Derek Fox, CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl, to tell us about these programs and introduce our guests.
All right. Thank you, Randy, and thank you for your leadership. Let's give a round of applause for Randy for his efforts. So, and it's my pleasure to talk about the highest ranked matchup outside the CFP this bowl season. First, the Pac-12 University representative is Arizona Wildcats. I'll start by introducing Arizona, who will be this year's visiting team. The Wildcats will be making their first bowl appearance since 2017 and their second appearance in the Valero Alamo Bowl after playing in our 2010 game led by future Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles. In Coach Fisch's third year as head coach, Arizona finished the regular season with a 9-3 record and is on a 6-game winning streak. From the Big 12, the Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma will be our home team and will be making their second appearance in the Valero Alamo Bowl, having defeated Oregon in an offensive showdown in 2021. Like Coach Fisch, Coach Venables is building something special as his team has added 4 more wins this season than last year to finish 10-2. Coach Fisch and Coach Venables, on behalf of the Valero Alamo Bowl, we're ecstatic to have both of your teams coming to San Antonio. I know you're busy out recruiting, but I just wanted to give you each an opportunity to give a general statement about your team and the upcoming trip to San Antonio for the Valero Alamo Bowl. So, Coach Fisch, we'll lead off with you.
Well, great. Well, I appreciate it, Derek, very much, and I appreciate all three of you up there today. And we're excited. We just got done with our end of the season banquet, and couldn't have been happier to share with our team the opportunity to play in this game. We've had quite a season around here, and the last 6 games have certainly been a highlight of what's been a fantastic 12-game season. But we are couldn't be more thrilled to take on Coach Venables' team. We have all the respect in the world for Oklahoma and all the things that Oklahoma stands for, and the national landscape, to be able to play a top 12 team, and for our 2 teams to be 14 and 12 and be out there. What a special opportunity for all of us. And we're just thrilled to be there and can't wait to get out to San Antonio.
Great, Coach. We'll give you a couple of questions here, too, as a follow-up. So this year you finished 4-2 against ranked opponents, obviously in the midst of a 6-game winning streak, and beat the rivals by scoring 59 points to close out the year. And your quarterback finished with 529 yards offense. Tell us a little bit about the growth and development of this team throughout the course of the year.
Sure. Well, I would say, we're playing with 13 starting sophomores out of our 22 players. And our class of 22, our recruiting class of 22, really is the group that kind of spearheaded the change in our program. We brought in, not only through the high school recruiting, but the transfer portal as well, guys like Jaden DeLora, guys like Jacob Cowling, guys like Tanner McLaughlin, and then with all the high school recruits as well. We've had a quarterback change in the middle of the season, really due to injury, and we were sitting at 3-1, and then Jaden wound up spraining his ankle, so we wound up having a ton of growth there. Offensively, we've been a good team the last couple of years. Defensively, we've made an enormous jump, and super proud of the way our defense has played. And I think the growth of our team to go from 1-11 to 5-7 to 9-3 really has to do with the way our defense has changed over these 3 years. And really grateful for our defensive staff and our coaches, and being able to put ourselves in position to have won. Our 3 losses are combined 16 points. So we've been in position every week to win the game, and really think that's because of our defense.
Thanks, Coach. I know you probably haven't gotten the game tape yet to focus on Oklahoma, but tell us your first thoughts or impressions about taking on the Sooners.
Well, we play at about 2 a.m. every week, so I'm able to watch a lot of college football. And, so I've been able to see Oklahoma throughout the season at different times. Our quarterback, or Jaden, is from Hawaii. Obviously, Dylan Gabriel's from Hawaii. So, we always talk about that group and keep an eye on that. Just the different quarterbacks and the scoring that's been going on. Obviously, know the defensive prowess that Coach Venables has had everywhere he's ever been. And I'm very aware of how good of a defense they are and what they're going to be and how they're going to cause all sorts of troubles for us. So we recognize that it's going to be quite a football game. I'm excited about both teams, the way the teams score and also the way the teams defend. So it's going to be a fun game, a great game, and I hope that all San Antonio comes out to watch it.
Absolutely. We're counting on that. One last question for you. You've had some experience in bowls in the past. So tell us a little bit how you plan to bring your team in. Obviously, aspirationally, you want to try to close the year with a 10th win and a possible top 10 finish. So tell us a little bit about your planning coming in for that.
Yeah, I would say this. I think that, they had the last bowl game that I've been at was a Super Bowl, I guess. But other than that, before that was the Cactus Bowl when I was the interim head coach at UCLA and then Michigan prior. But none of our players have played in a bowl game. We don't have a player that's been on our roster unless they've transferred in here that have ever been at a bowl experience. The last bowl game that happened here was 2017, and we have no players on the roster from then. So we're going to try to make it an incredible experience, hopefully coming on the 23rd, make it a one in which we understand the importance of winning, but also the importance of the experience. And I know from what I've been told that this is the best bowl in terms of experience. And to celebrate Christmas with you guys, our kids are so excited for that. And we're so excited for it as a staff.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to turn it over to Coach Venables. Coach, would you like to give an opening statement about your team's season and playing in this year's Valero Alamo Bowl?
Thanks, Derek. Again, on behalf of our program, our players, our coaches, the Sooner Nation, we couldn't be more thrilled to have an opportunity to come back to the Valero Alamo Bowl. Y'all do everything first class. It's a great venue. Going to be an awesome night on the 28th. The college football world is going to be in for a treat with two really good football teams are playing their best football as the season is winding down. I'd just like to congratulate Coach Fisch and his staff, his football team, for what an amazing turnaround. Just short years ago, they won just one game, and the turnaround has been quite remarkable. Doing it the right way, and they've recruited very well. They've developed incredibly well. Led by, again, as Coach said, they had a quarterback change in redshirt freshman, quarterback Noah Fafita, and the rest of their skilled players. Offense is going to get a lot of the headlines, but I agree with Coach Fisch how well they're playing on defense, and just as a football team, winning their last 6 games, and just a fantastic job building the program the right way. Thrilled for our fans, for our players, for the opportunity to be able to compete in the Valero Alamo Bowl. It's going to be a great opportunity for our fans, our players' families to be able to get there. Very convenient for them. And, for me, this is 2 short years ago is where I got a chance to watch our players as I became the head coach, watch Coach Stoops go out one last time against the University of Oregon. And so it'll be a treat for me as well to be able to go back to San Antonio again. And I'd also just like to say thank you to the committee for creating such a highly thought of matchup. And again, it's 2 top 15 teams going at it, as you said. Other than the playoff matchups, this will be the most highest ranked matchup of the bowl season. And so we couldn't, again, be more thrilled and just, again, proud of our players and all of their work.
So thank you, Coach. So after 6 games last year, your team's won 10 this season. What do you tell us a little bit about the transformation of the program this year? I harken back when you were on the stage 2 years ago and getting the visor from Coach Stoops. That's a classic moment as well. So congrats on that too. So tell us about this year.
Thank you. Yeah, since, again, we played Florida State in our bowl game last year, we lost 42 scholarship players. We have 63 new players this year, both freshmen and 17 transfers. It's been a lot of fun building it, watching this team come together, the chemistry, the cohesion, the work, the leadership, the maturation of the team. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of. Our coaches and players have worked tirelessly to give ourselves a chance. We lost, 2 games where we came up short by 8 points, and bounced back, seeing our team, be in some valleys along the way, and really love how we responded every step of the way, and building a foundation, as we transform and move into the SEC, being our last year in the Big 12. Again, couldn't have been more proud of the growth and the maturation that's taken place this year, led by a bunch of guys that have been highly invested in this program. Several seniors, including Dylan Gabriel, Drake Stoops, Jalil Farouk, on the offensive side, and then Danny Stutzman, Isaiah Coe, Jordan Kelly, Woody Washington, Billy Bowman, amongst others on our defense.
So you mentioned Dylan Gabriel, obviously tremendous career and season this past year at Oklahoma, and Stoops, right, his favorite receiver. So tell us a little bit about that combination.
Yeah, well, obviously Drake led the Big 12 in receptions. I think he had almost 40 catches here the last few games of the season. They're both playing their best football right now. Dylan has broken several college football records this season. I think he's 4th all time in total yards and touchdowns. And just, again, those two, their chemistry, the respect, the work, that they have one for one another, and how they've led our team. You know, they're great leaders. They bring out the best in everybody, and they can reproduce, you know, who they are. And they've done exactly that and helped transform our locker room.
Great, thanks. One last question for you. I think that earlier this week you announced that Seth Luttrell will be the team's offensive coordinator and that Joe John Finley would be the co-offensive coordinator. Can you tell us a little bit about those coaches and what you anticipate heading into bowl prep?
Yeah, really cool for me. First and foremost, you know, my filter for making that decision, it always goes back. It's pretty simple. What's best for our players, and then what's best for our staff. And as I you know, visited with several coaches across the country and looked at our team and what we've recruited, and again the staff that we have right now on offense. Prior to making that decision, everything continued to bring me back to Seth and Joe John as co-coordinators, and so really thrilled, you know, being a part of Seth and Joe John, their collegiate careers here at the University of Oklahoma back in the late 90s and early part of 2000s with both of them. So relationships that go back to when they're 17, 18, 19 years old, and recruiting them or being a part of, again, their you know, their collegiate careers, and then seeing them now as husbands and fathers and tremendous leaders and excellent, you know, in what they do as football coaches, some of the best in college football. So that's really cool for me to be a small part of watching that and putting that together. And couldn't be more, again, excited for what the future holds, to continue the offensive success that we've had and continue to evolve and develop, you know, our offensive side of the ball into one of the most explosive units in all of college football.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Both Coach Fisch and Coach Venables, I want to thank you for taking the time today. I know you're out recruiting, the heartbeat of college football these days. So thank you very much for taking the time and being here. And as I look around the room, I see representation from both schools' colors flying proudly here in the room. So you're well represented. And I know San Antonio is ready to roll out the red carpet this year's Valero Alamo Bowl and have your two great squads come in and look forward to a great game. So thank you very much for the time today, guys.
Appreciate you. Congrats, Jedd.
Thank you. Congrats to you too.
See you soon. Appreciate you.
Chiz, thank you, head table. If people want to get Derek for questions after, we'll do that. We'll also load the video to our Dropbox as well as load the transcript. And both coaches will be in San Antonio on Thursday for in-person interviews and a Zoom meeting. Thank you.